I recently went back to the welfare office, and it was actually closed the day that I was there. And I was, it was okay that it was closed because I didn't need it, but it's interesting. I was thinking about that welfare office, and I was thinking about, it would be kind of cool to actually go back in there and actually go inside and spread some hope, and some cheer, and just maybe, share my story, with some of the women and men that are in there, just to, inspire them and lift their spirits up and give them hope, that this isn't the end for them. It's the beginning of something that can be really, really great for them. And, to keep the faith, to keep the faith alive, keep the hope alive, keep going.
How did you feel when you saw it?
Oh my gosh, going back to the welfare office was whoa. I mean, it hit me hard in my heart, especially when I think about the stigma, that's attached to being on welfare. It was really difficult, even being so transparent, to say that you're on welfare or you're in the welfare office at 40 years old. Many of my friends have become really successful by 40. So by 40, I'm kind of thinking, why am I here? I've already experienced so much in life. Why am I here? And feeling that sense of disappointment again, just wow. But it also felt oh my God, I made it to the other side. Oh my God, it actually happened, and that was surreal. I don't even know what that word really means. That was shocking to me. It actually happened. Wow. Things that I just said, flippantly. I remember just sitting on my girlfriend's sofa one time, put my feet up, and I go, I just want to make $5,000 a month, And I was I just want to make $5,000 a week, And it's you know what I mean? I mean, just laughing about it and just looking back at that and just thinking about all the dreams and all the hopes that I had for my kids and that they actually came to pass. It was so crazy. It was so crazy.
Was it surreal?
Yeah, because, when you're on welfare, it's you hide the fact that you're on welfare. So, well, most people do. Because, there's such a stigma attached to welfare that, you don't want people knowing you're on welfare, And so when you go to the grocery store, you try to pick a line that nobody's in because you don't want them to see that you're using an EBT card, or a welfare card for your groceries, because it's embarrassing, And they kind of look at you and, kind of put their chin up to you, or kind of, give you a stink eye almost, or kind of, look at you a weird way, or, something like that, or maybe they're not looking at you a certain way. Maybe you feel that they're being critical towards you, but they're not really, but you just perceive it that way because it's such a stigma. You feel when you're on welfare that you are, at least for me anyway, welfare for me was the rock bottom. Having to go to the state for assistance, or the federal government for help felt like rock bottom to me. It really did. Because I knew my family couldn't afford to help me and all my kids consistently. But I also knew that I had to do this. I knew that there were resources. And that's the thing too, though, is that people that really need it need to understand that there is help out there for them. And there are resources for us that really need the help. Not so much for us to stay on it, because it's not for us to stay on, but it's meant for us to have it for a season so that we can, get some traction and some motivation behind us to actually get to be self-sufficient, get on some sort of self-sufficiency, welfare to work programs, different things like that. And, so I'm actually really happy that I had that help now, looking back, because I could have never made it if I wouldn't have had that help that I had on welfare. But I definitely came through on the other side, and that feels good. That feels like you made it through the fire, and, you made it through the trials, and that feels good.